The Bob and Zip Show with Dan Kelly.
All right, he's a world-famous comedian with, 25 million views on Facebook, maybe more. Certainly 5 or 6 more now that some Trump and Facebook accounts have been deleted. And
more room.
He happens to be my son, and I love him. And ladies and gentlemen, he's touring his living room. It's Andrew Rivers.
Hello. Hi.
How are you doing, bud?
Great to be here. Thank you. I'm great. How are you? I didn't get any pre-show notes. Is there a hot Star Trek character you want to talk about for 30 minutes?
Did you listen to that?
I listened to all your shows.
Wow.
I skipped a lot of that one because,
You're not hot for the 50-year-olds, cool, rock-hard women?
Just
Milfs.
a little
Yes.
boring listening to my dad relive old erections.
I'm not sure there's a healthier alternative that I could come back with.
Stories.
Yeah. Andrew, before we get started,
That's fine. I love you.
on anything tonight, I want to tell you something. You posted something online, and I was going to comment, and I didn't, and why was really startling to me, because you post lots of jokes, and when I love them, I'll do a like. I don't want to be the dad. That's my son, isn't he great? But you posted this thing, and I thought, and I told these guys, if it was like a big time comedian, like maybe one who liked to drop his pants in front of women and pleasure himself. I forget his name. I would worry, like, oh, this is really edgy. He might get in trouble for this. And then Ed said, your son is a big-time comedian. And I said, yes. So if it's a big-time comedian who's my son, I worry even more. And so I don't even know if I clicked like, but I thought it was one of the coolest, edgy jokes I have seen. And can you guess which one it was?
I have no idea. I don't feel anything when I write the joke. A lot of people have to remind me. A funny story. I was doing this Seattle comedy competition last year, and I was closing on a self-harm joke, but I didn't even realize that. It's a math equation to me when I write a joke, so I don't really think about what the actual
in other words,
joke
you were
says.
veering into a touchy subject, but as far as you were concerned, I'm just telling a joke.
Yeah, I'm just having a giggle,
Do we dare?
Oh, well, it's a joke about you've seen it before. It's the service cats. I saw a service cat. The only reason you need an emotional support cat is so it cuts your wrist for you when you're depressed. And I just think it's funny.
By the way, since you and those emotional support dog jokes were really huge for you, did you gloat a little when they banned them from airplanes last week?
Yeah, it's very exciting. I'll have to look up the rules on my emotional support crabs if I'm allowed to bring those. But
You're working on that already. All right, so here was the joke. Okay, you posted this and I couldn't believe it. And it's really, by the way, if you're sensitive, this is a joke. It's not meant to be taken literally.
Can't imagine.
You can't imagine? Okay.
I mean, all right.
Under author Andrew Rivers.
Okay.
Imagine Hitler had a Twitter account.
Oh, yeah.
ABC News is reporting 6 million Jews. Stop the count.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'd take the corners off that one before I put it in the shop window.
But it's already on Facebook.
Well,
do you realize that
yeah.
if comedy ever doesn't work out for you and you go to apply for a job in an accounting firm, they're going to do a deep dive. And that's it.
Yeah.
You'll never work in ice cream retail again, my friend.
Or the Catskills, by the way.
Right. Yeah. I mean, even when I was going to be on that NBC show a couple years ago, they did a deep dive through my Twitter and pulled up a lot of things that they strongly suggested I delete. They didn't say, we respect your freedom, but we found these if you want to take a second look,
It'll be difficult for our audience to understand your jokes when your job depends on them not understanding it. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
That's
well, I mean, that joke was more about the premise of it is that like everyone is so surprised. You're like, I can't believe this is happening, and it's like he has tweeted out his whole plan. Like
Yes,
he's
right.
You know, at every debate, they were like, are you going to accept the results of the election if you lose? And he was like, fuck no. And then they're like, I can't believe he's not accepting the results. And it's like, what do you want from me?
How do you tell the truth
And he
from
would
the
say,
lies?
mail-in votes are fraud, and I'm only going to count the votes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless they're for me.
I'm going to slow down the post office. I'm going to stack the court and vote for me in person. P.S. The virus is a hoax. I don't understand. I was writing the jokes. I was watching the news. I don't understand. What people are so confused.
It boggles the mind, but again, people had a lot invested.
This is what my friend and I were even joking. You know, I think Mom sent out that meme that shows Trump's hair like a lit match and all these little bombs watching him, and I'm like, that meme is like 4 years old. Like, how do people not?
She just found it today. Well,
but I mean, that's what's I described it as like. This is the most predictable yet still unbelievable thing that's ever happened since Trump did nothing about coronavirus.
Right.
Like you're like, oh, I mean, of course he's not going to do anything, but like, really, that's really. I don't know. I can't.
I was
believe it.
talking to your Aunt Patty yesterday. I was running around doing stuff, and I had done something. I think I told you guys about this. I shut off all the news alerts on my phone. And not because I don't know want to know what's going on, but I'm just like, I need a break. You know, I'm not going to start yoga, so I'm just going to shut off the news alerts. and so I'm like, and when I have free time, I go like, okay, I'm off the medicine now. I feel better from the Lyme disease. Who am I going to call? And my sister's been trying to reach me for a couple weeks, so I call her. I'm like, hey, how you doing? How are the kids? How's it? And her response was, Robbie, you obviously don't have the TV on and you're not watching what's happening right now.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, you mean the storming the Capitol and all of that? She said, oh, you do know? And I said, no, I read 4 days ago that they were planning it and posting it online.
Right. Yeah. It's like people were like, well, the FBI has no intelligence that led us to believe that this was about to happen. I'm like, they made T-shirts. Like, how does anyone...
Unbelievable.
They had like a Facebook group. It's really silly. It's funny that you... Yeah, because I got an alert on my phone and it said Democrats gain control of the Senate. But then I turned on the TV. I was like, are you sure? Those don't look like Democrats.
That's strong.
But
I love that.
You point out something else with that, and that I expected to be watching the votes trickle in and who won the Democratic Senate. I expected that to be a 3-day story, and 4 hours later, what? That was old news. That's 4 hours ago.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah. But, at least Trump is in jail, so that's good.
Oh, did I?
Facebook jail. He's in Facebook jail.
Twitter jail.
There's no getting out of that. Yeah.
Oh, and there's no Supreme Court to turn to bail you out? No. All right. So, listen, I want to ask you about something else because